Hi friends, it's Anna here at Honey's Harvest Farm. This is the beautiful mullein plant. Sometimes people call it lamb's ear. It's really soft. You can see how fuzzy it is. And if you look closely at the leaves, you might say it looks a little bit like a lung. And that's exactly what it's good for. This one just got watered, so you can see it's pretty with the little drops of water on it. And I'm about to cut some leaves to make some tea. So I'm going to make a mullein and nettle tea. Mullein to clear the lungs this time of year during allergy season. I don't normally get allergies, but I like to preventatively use this as a tea. It's very mild. It actually tastes really good. You can dry it or you can use it fresh. And so I'm going to use it fresh, and I'm going to add it to my bag. But my nettle is already in the bag, so I'm going to drop the mullein in. And I'm going to ask the plant if I can go ahead and take another leaf. Would that be okay? And it says yes, so I'm going to go ahead and take one more leaf. I don't need much because I'm only going to make probably a couple of cups. So let me go over to the nettle patch and get some. Here's a pretty little mullein under here, and over here is the nettle patch. Now, once nettle starts to seed, you don't want to use it, okay? Because the nutrients go into the seeds and the leaves become more loaded with some chemicals that are sometimes difficult for some people to digest. So it kind of defeats the purpose of this beautiful stinging nettle. And this nettle here is loaded with nutrients because it's grown in living soil. And nettle is always a nutrient dense plant anyway. Now, look what I just noticed. It has started to seed here. So I'm not going to use this one. I'm going to let it be back and become part of the soil. And it will give nutrients to the soil itself. So let's check a little more closely. This one looks pretty good. I don't see it seeding out yet. So I'm going to go ahead and take that one. And you want to be kind of gentle with the nettle because it will sting you. As a matter of fact, the last one that I just picked and had to put back did sting me a little bit, but it's okay. So it was telling me that I picked the wrong plant. And this one looks good, may I? Thank you very much. So this is going to be a very nutrient dense tea that I'm going to make. And that one's going to go into the bag. And now I have plenty of leaves, fresh leaves, the mullein and the nettle to make my tea. Here I am in the kitchen. I've just rinsed this nettle. I'm going to de-stem it for the tea. And let's go check it out. I'm going to probably do that, and I'm going to make the tea in this pot right here. So I'm going to bring it over here and fill it with the RO, reverse osmosis filtered water. And put enough in for maybe, I think the number of leaves I have will do a quart of tea. I'm going to put approximately a quart in there. And then I'm going to continue rinsing the leaves. I don't really have to, but I feel like rinsing them today. When they're grown in living soil without chemicals, generally speaking, they're going to be nice and clean. However, we know that there are stray chemicals in the air these days, so we can be a little bit more proactive on that. Okay. So here they are in the bag that I just harvested. Let's see what we have here. Here is the mullein. So I'll go ahead and rinse that. Okay. Go ahead and put it all in the sink. There we go. Okay, my mullein. I'm going to handle the nettle very gingerly, like I said before, and just, be grateful for the nettle. It will be gentle with you if you're feeling very grateful towards it. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to head on over to the cutting board. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to chop the mullein over here, and I'm going to take the leaves off of the nettle. So you don't have to be perfect. It won't, off of the stem. You don't have to worry about the stem. It's not going to hurt you. It just doesn't have the same level of nutrients that I want to get from the leaves. And especially if you're making like a pesto with the nettle, or you're going to saute it maybe with your stir fry, or you're going to put it in your soup, you kind of don't want the stem. In the tea, it really wouldn't hurt anything. That little piece of stem is going to go in the tea. Okay. So I'm going to continue this, and then I'm going to chop the mullein. And when you learn to handle the nettle carefully, it won't sting you. and especially if you're feeling very thankful for it. The plants can tell. And if you've ever wondered if that's true or not, maybe you might want to read a book called The Secret Life of Plants and see how you feel about it after that. Now, plants are here for us and we're here for the plants. So when we care for the soil that they grow in, they live a healthier life. And they know that they're here for those of us who want to consume them. Really, they're here for all of us, whether we want to consume them or not. They were made for us, and they know that. So, you know, thanking them for growing so well, so healthily, and providing all of their nutrients to us is a good idea. Like I said, the mullein for the lungs, respiratory health, clears the lungs, and the nettle is highly nutritive. The more you kind of cut them, chop them up a little bit, the more the water is going to be able to extract nutrients out of them. Okay, pot of reverse osmosis water. Place it right here. And I'm just going to go ahead and put the leaves in. Okay, so I'm going to gently pick up the nettle. Thank you, nettle. Ooh, got a little sting there. Got to be careful with it. And put it all in. I'm not going to waste any of it. Make sure I use it all. And with the fresh leaves, you want to get it to a simmer. Once it's simmering, then you can, you know, lower the heat and just let it simmer for a while. And then you can just turn it off and let it steep into the hot water. So I'll probably simmer this for a good 5-8 minutes at least. And then I'll put the lid on so that it can continue to expel all the good nutrients into the hot water. After that, I can either strain it and go ahead and enjoy some tea, or I can empty it into maybe a pint or quart jar. I think I probably have about a quart in there, and let it steep in the refrigerator, even overnight. And then I can strain it, and then I can have it as iced tea, or I can reheat it for hot tea. So I'm going to go ahead and let it go, and I'll show you the finished product. The final step, we're here to try this. I'm going to have it as iced tea today. It's getting a little bit hot out there. I'm just going to go ahead and leave the leaves in so it can get a little bit more strong. And I could even add more water to it if I wanted to. Let's see how this tastes. Look at the color. It's pretty good. Ooh. Oh yeah, that's really good. Highly recommend it. The nettle and the mullein, it's like magic.